What's going on, y'all? Masterpiece here. It's been a while. It has been too long, and I want to apologize for that. So let me apologize for that, guys. Sorry for being away for so long. Basically, I've been dealing with a lot of personal things and growing personally, and just really trying to set everything up for my future. So I got a lot to share with you guys, and I got a lot to say and express, a lot of advice to give, and I hope that you guys have been well. And if you guys have any questions, shoot them in the chat to me. Now let me get set up here, and let you guys know what's been going on. So basically, lately I've been really wanting to get out and get back traveling and exploring again, right? So I'm thinking, how can I travel and get paid? Because, well, I got a family, you know what I mean, and you got to make money in this world, you know what I'm saying, for right now anyway, until we come together and basically wake up out of it and disagree unanimously. But other than that, I'm thinking not only the money do I need, but I also need, the passion. So what can I do to travel, make money, and not be dying inside and feeling like, I'm wasting my time on this earth? So as you guys know, I am an artist, right? I mean, you guys know my Instagram. If you don't, it's Classic Smith Art, CLASSIC, Classic Smith, SMITH, Art, ART. Find me on Instagram, and you see what I do, the commissions that I do for people, and that is what I want to continue to do. But the art world is so up and down unless you're prolific that it's not a steady paycheck, for my family, you know what I mean, which is what I would need as a provider. So I'm thinking, why not teach it? But I can't just go teach it anywhere. So what I actually did was I spent the past few months actually saving money to enroll myself into a class to be able to teach English to foreign speakers, whether it's online or in different countries, like say, Kenya or down South America or Thailand or something like that. You know what I mean? Just to kind of get out, travel, get my family to see the world, something that I never got to see when I was younger. So I went out and I did it. I basically took like a 3-week course where every weekend I would go, and for like 8 hours I'd be learning about how to teach English to people, and about grammar rules and all this stuff. More stuff that I learned in in high school. So did that. You get a bunch of materials with it. It's called your TESOL, right? Teaching English to students. There's TEFL, TESOL. There's a bunch of certifications that you can get. I went through Oxford because I felt Oxford, their program, their curriculum was very thorough. Not only did I have to do the 3-week in-class in person-to-person studies, which is really what they want to see. I had to do like 100 hours of online learning plus a bunch of quizzes and a test. But I mean, those couple months of studying hard now enables me to be able to get my resume out there in the world. I have my resume in Ecuador and in Mexico right now, for example. So, the hiring process may take 1 to 3 months is what they say. So if that's something that interests you guys, definitely let me know. Email me. My email is in It will be in the description of this live feed when it's done, or you can just take it down now, masterpiece9@gmail.com, and I'll just let you know what I've learned. They really hook you up here at Oxford, and then once you have the certificate, you don't have to go through Oxford, but they do have this really great teacher placement program. And so now that I have the certification, I can apply basically anywhere in the world. Maybe I get it, maybe I don't. If you have a bachelor's degree, that really helps. Most people don't. You can even start off as a volunteer and work your way up, or start right as a paid volunteer, which means that you typically get like 20% more than what the average teacher would get. So in that country. So I've been doing a lot of that. I've also been trying to take care of my health more, getting back into the gym, getting back into shape. You know what I mean? Really kind of enjoying the wake up and getting the good hormones pumping through my body. You know, the men, we need testosterone. We got to get active. And we, you know, if you're a man and you're, you know, if you are staying at home and you're, I don't know, you don't really do much other than work and then go home, try to make some sort of like workout at work. Like if you're waiting for something, do a couple push-ups, or do a couple, like, you know, calf raises. You know, if somewhere you're sitting down, raise up your abdomen, and, you know, just anything you could do to kind of get the blood flowing to the muscles, get the testosterone producing and the endorphins going. And, you know, it's really great. Walking, whatever you can do, bike ride. So I've been really just kind of trying to do that, getting back into shape. I don't like to, you guys know I don't like the whey, and I don't like the just all the like the pre-workouts and whatever. Just get your water and go in. You don't got to be like super excited to go in. Just go in there and get a nice pump on. If you don't, you know, you can get cheap weights online, put them in your basement, and just lift them up every day when you get home. Just consider it as something else you have to do for work. 30 minutes, boom, bap, and then, you know, go shower and enjoy the rest of your night. Other updates for me is I've been personally trying to figure out, you know, who I am as an artist, who I am as a, you know, as a channel, what I could, you know, really see myself expanding into. If you guys haven't seen, my last video was that I uploaded was of my music channel, Lo-Fi Addict. Okay, now if you go to Lo-Fi Addict, I'm just gonna get it for you guys here. This is the one that you guys will be looking for. I'll screen share it. This is basically, it's my channel, but I'm looking for content, right? And I'm busy. We're all busy, right? So let me share this. We're all busy doing what we got to do. So it's not like I'm more busy than anybody else. You know, just wanted to humble myself and say that. Peace and blessings to everybody that is out there watching right now. Where's my other? Here it is. Okay. All right. So if you type in Lo-Fi Addict, you're going to see this happy face, which is really headphones. They're basically upside down headphones with like a nose, got a little spliff lit. Created that in a program I got, put some smoke beside it. So, you know, it's for the chill, you know what I'm saying? So you go onto it and you're gonna see what I've made. Now this is actually funny. If you're used to lo-fi music, we all play it. You'll notice that there's like anime, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like make it real life, using real like kind of characters, you know what I mean? So I got a kind of a different spin on everything on this channel. So definitely come check it out. And as you can see, it's by Masterpiece up here. And so that would be really supporting me. Just let it run, let it play. Just leave it on loops. And I promise I'm going to be having more content. I'm almost ready to upload a new video very soon. So definitely don't sleep on that. That's Lo-Fi Addict, ADDIKT, Lo-Fi Addict. So if you like to just chill out, study, do dishes, do your chores, chill with your kid, go on a walk, whatever you like to do, work out at the gym, just nice background music for a party, whatever, just go to Lo-Fi Addict and bump that music, because it's definitely going to help me out, and it's going to help y'all relax. And if you are a producer, a musical producer, and you like to produce lo-fi beats, please send them to me and I will incorporate them into the video. And so you're gonna get the puppet, jamming out, inspiring people, relaxing people, and your music will be in the mix. Send me the title name of it, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That's how long these are, just frequent changes and just different melodies, but all the same kind of mood, you know what I mean? That lo-fi chill. Send it to me, masterpiece9@gmail.com. Okay, masterpiece9@gmail.com. Send that to me, and I'll send the title, your name, and the beat. If you are a producer that can do like animated graphics, holler at me. Maybe we can do a little collaboration, and we can just create like a couple second loops, maybe like a 5 or 10-second loop for me, and that would be greatly appreciated as well. And then obviously we can have the art by whatever your name is, a link to your website, your whatever you got, LinkedIn, anything you got. And that's how we're gonna kind of, I want to kind of incorporate the community. If you got any dope art or graphics or visuals, also send them with your music. All right, now switching gears to flat Earth. What is going on with the flat Earth community? What's going on with the flat Earth truth? Well, let's just say that NASA is panicking. The government, the control system is panicking. And, the more and more I bring it up, little things about, the flat Earth and discrepancies about what we see and what they teach us, the more and more I realize people are open to it. It's kind of like that 100th monkey effect. Check it out. And the more and more people that are interested in it, it kind of like the conversations get easier. You get more confident with the conversation, and it just, I don't know, it's growing. But people, this was the agenda. People are confused about it. They're open to hearing about it, but now they're educated on some bullshit. That now they're like, oh, are you a dome earther? I'm like, yo, okay, who are you listening to? Like, are you? I mean, I'm not saying that there is or not, but the fact that this person, maybe a year, 2 years ago, they would have been like, flat Earth, whatever, that's stupid. Now it's like, hey, you believe in that flat Earth stuff? Are you a dome believer, or the thing? Oh, I saw it on Netflix. I saw the documentary on Netflix, and that Netflix documentary just did so much damage. You don't even know, Marks. I just wish that whole thing was avoided, but it is what it is, and destiny's destiny. The way it's gonna work out, where everything that comes out has to come back in. So, whatever path that is chosen, whatever path that we're collectively contributing to, is the right path, and it's the only path. So you know what I mean? So that's how we're gonna get there this time, through confusion. We had an edge on the masses. We had an edge on the control system. Now when you type in flat Earth, it's full of so much. There's too much now. And so that's something to me that I foresaw coming. I knew that was gonna happen. That's why I saved a bunch of videos on my own personal YouTube. I saved a bunch of videos because I knew that they would be hard to find with the keywords that I used to type in. You know, you type in air tube, da 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 da, and now there's so many chopped up videos of his that it's hard to find that real one that that you connected to. NASA's struggling because they're always putting out these, like I see, like even my cousin went to, yeah, he was in like North Carolina or South Carolina somewhere, and he went to this like NASA museum, and the kids went, and oh, it was crazy, and all this, right? They're boosting those ads. They're putting it more in your face now. They're selling themselves. They're putting it in commercials and cartoons that normally, it just doesn't fit. It's like, why is Burger King in space? You know what I mean? Like a space taco now. Now your bell is coming from space. You know what I mean? Your telephone, and it's so much. And you always notice this. You'll know it's getting bad because you'll notice that they'll say, they say that there'll be trips to space in 5 years. You guys hear that? We'll be orbiting the Earth, and it'll be in 5 years, and the ticket will cost so many millions of dollars, and every night that spent there is this tens of thousands of dollars. And so it's like, well, who's really gonna go? No one. And the person that does go, who do they know that's in regular society? Like 5 people. You know what I mean? So it's not happening. It's all gonna be VR. It's something that's very sinister. You notice that they say, come to America to train astronauts, and then they put them in a pool, something that's more dense than space is supposed to be, right? So why wouldn't you just put them in a vacuum right off the jump? Maybe it's because the person that did go into a vacuum felt his saliva boiling at its half-life, and he fainted. He passed out. So it's all nonsense. We are not physical beings. If you know we're physical beings, you cannot make it in a vacuum, because that vacuum is sucking, and we are not sealed. We are made of molecules, and that shit should rip right through us. So, other than that, we're winning. The flat Earth is winning. The truth is coming back. I was at work the other day, and I said, well, how could this be? Da 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 da. And the guy's like, oh, what? You think the Earth is flat? And then a Jamaican man behind me, who is retired, but he's through the union, he's allowed to work. He says, it is flat. Yeah, it is flat. It's flat. And then he even went in and gave some examples. This retired guy. Maybe he's got so much time on his hand. He's, looking into YouTube a little too much, but I don't think so, man. I think that this guy is just in the know. Okay, so what are we going to do with it now? Well, we got to steer in a direction where, why are they hiding it? Is it for the free energy? Is it for the more land? Is it just because they've hidden it for so long they don't know how to say it? So we got to get to the why. Other than that, in going on in the future, in my next weeks and months, I'm planning to do things that I need to do, get things in order, so that I can go traveling again, on this great plane of ours. Get a plane ride, get some videos, all of that stuff. So I want you guys to follow me on my journey. And so I'm thinking that I want to start like a travel blog, right? Something that I can update people with, maybe like a blog series, and just to see the food of different cultures, the music, the landscapes and scenery and all that, and just really just kind of inspire people to get out there and travel. A lot of times we save up for things that cost more than a ticket and hotel or a hostel somewhere. If you've ever wanted to see somewhere in the world, look at a habit or a spending trend that you can possibly cut, or look for another revenue source. You know, make YouTube videos and try to make them go viral. You know what I mean? Doing things like this will be able to open up your revenue stream. Now let's talk about revenue stream. Let's talk about Aurora Cannabis. Let's talk about stocks. If you look at my videos about two years ago now, I put out videos that said invest in cannabis stocks and vegan stocks. Now the cannabis sector is going like this, up and down. People can't make up their minds, but more and more countries are legalizing. You want to get into a company who's worldwide. If America experiences a drought or a huge crop loss, or Canada experiences something, you know, we go into war or something, I don't know, just something hypothetical, right? You want to be able to make sure that that country is operating. You want to make sure that the business is operating in enough countries that that one loss in that one particular country or facility doesn't mean it's the end of the country, of the company, or it doesn't mean that it's going to have a huge negative setback or impact on them or the statements, right? Now, why cannabis and why vegan? Well, vegan is compassion, cannabis is medicine. I mean, it's not a pill, even though that they're making capsules, THC capsules. And honestly, like, people can say, you know, well, what are they putting in it? Yo, honestly, like, bro, like, I grew up grabbing like China bud that was so wet that I had to put it in my oven or like my microwave, or like sit it out in the sun, or break it up in little nugs and leave it to dry. You know, that, you know, that was obviously like sprayed with something like Windex or something, or some sort of weight gainer. In England, they put crushed up glass. In some areas, it has been known for putting crushed up glass in their buds to add weight. Okay, and it also makes it look crystally. Um, I, I'm used to grabbing buds with pit bull hairs and American Staffordshire hairs. Okay, it's it's weird. Um, like, why am I busting out my pile and I'm moving some buds over here, and the buds over here are moving with it? Oh, I got another dog hair in my butt. Or, you know, did they flush it? A lot of times when I'm smoking, the ash is black and hard to break off. That's how you know that it hasn't been flushed of whatever that they put in it. So I noticed that when I do smoke the government weed, you can blow it away. It's nice white ash, whatever. But what I wish would have happened, I wish that it would have just been decriminalized and people could have made their own choices. You know, now, before weed was legal, there was like 9 laws, 10 laws for weed. Now that it's legal, now that it's been legalized, put through the legal system, it's there's like over 150, 200 laws now, all pertaining to cannabis. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not the best route to go, but it's the route that they chose to go. And I mean, we voted against a lot of other things. Why didn't we vote against this, right? So now that it's here, there's companies that are making millions and going to make billions. And we could just sit back and just say whatever. But it's not like these are arms dealers. It's not like these are like uranium enriched uranium manufacturers, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's an oil sand company. It's cannabis. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put some money in there, hoping to grow money. My favorite term to hold, my favorite play to hold for the long term is Aurora Cannabis. Their stock symbol is ACB. Beyond Meat, the only truly fully vegan tech research and, you know, product company that there is. You know, they're a food company, they're a tech company. They run, like, if you saw their background operations, they have like scientists, like, with, like, you know, measuring pomegranate juice to beet juice and holding it up into the light, color theorists, and trying to make it look just like blood, and trying to get the coconut to melt like the fat. Yo, Beyond Meat is the craziest story. It came out at $25 a share. You could say, I want one share of Beyond Meat, $25. That same day, it went up to like $60. Next day, 70. Next day, 80. It's all the way up to like 140, 150 area right now. And they only have Beyond Meat, like the beef, ground beef, and they got the Beyond Burgers. They used to have nuggets and chicken strips. I don't know if I think they're reformulating. But guys, they have the sausage now too, like the sausage, breakfast sausage. And then they're going into bacon. Yo, they're gonna be going into ham, turkey, chicken, like fish. It's such a young company right now, and they're so dedicated to appealing to the meat eater to stop getting us to eat so much meat, because the animal agriculture industry is so brutal for this earth. I mean, the amount of water and resources and antibiotics and the rest that you need to grow a cow to its full size, only to slaughter. You could have given all of those grains. Imagine this, okay? Imagine an eating competition. And you got a field of kale. I don't know, kale and dandelion, we'll say, okay? You got a cow. And then you have a full-size man, like you or me, or a full-size woman, okay? The bell rings, start eating. The cow eats, you start eating. You start eating. You're like, whoa. After a couple handfuls, you're getting full. And then a couple more, you're trying to do it, and it's a competition. The people got their hands, they're cheering, and you try to do it. I just can't eat any more kale and dandelion. I'm done. Somebody else comes in and replaces you, like a tag team, right? Like a relay. They start eating the kale. They start eating the dandelion. They start eating the grasses and whatever. The cow's still grazing. It's just walking and grazing, eating. And you're like, oh damn, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. You get full. The next person comes in. How many more people do you think have to come in in order to beat the cow? Let's just look up right now. How much do cows eat per day? Okay. Now it says the dry matter intake of a 1,200-pound cow eating on average quantity hay is 24 pounds per head. And you know, why isn't anything just easy these days? Like, how much do cows eat? In kilograms, I guess I should have said. Cattle will eat an average of 2 to 3 kilograms of dry matter, but it will vary throughout the feeding period. For example, one 300-kilogram a cow will eat 9 to 10 kilograms of feed a day. What? 9 to 10? If the ration has an average dry matter of 90%. So they like their dry food, okay? 9 to 10 kilograms, we have 2 to 3 kilograms, okay? So I couldn't even imagine eating a kilogram of grass, a kilogram of kale. I mean, could you imagine eating that much food? A kilogram of watermelon? Like, I don't know. I'm good with a couple bites of watermelon. 10 kilograms, 10 kilos of plants. Holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, so the resources that we spend, I read an article. It said that American farmers are now switching over to peas, to make this new plant-based protein for companies like Beyond Meat. And we got all these other companies trying to keep up. And if you're looking to get into a compassionate stock, something that's long-term, something that's going to be around, something that is obviously on trend and growing, it'll never go away. More and more people every day are going plant-based. There's less people switching back than there is going into the veganism. So, because once compassion gets hold, you can't stop that. You can't stop that snowball effect. You can't. Every time, anywhere someone says, oh no, that shouldn't be happening, someone will say, whatever. And then someone else walks by and says, oh yeah, you're right. It shouldn't be happening. And then you have two people on the sidewalk and everybody's walking by. A third people will say, hey, what's going on over here? Well, I don't know. We don't think this should be happening. Huh, you're right. It's kind of messed up. He walks along and then they say, hey, over there, you should see what those two people are doing. They go check it out. The third person says, yeah, I definitely disagree with this. Now you got three people. Now the fourth person encourages them to raise their voice. And now you got 10 people, 12 people, 15 people. It grows. You have a child. You raise a vegan. You're not vegan. It meets vegan friends. Soon, if you eat meat, it's going to be like being racist. Soon, if you eat meat and drink dairy and eat eggs, people are going to look at you like, what, bro? Like, it's like 2000, it's 2030, like, get out of those old ways. It's like someone saying, oh, stupid Chinese people can't drive or something. It's like, whoa, bro, like, you didn't just say that, did you? And, like, oh, black people, like, oh, never on time. It's like, what? Like, did you just say that? Oh, I can't wait to go home and eat a steak. What? Did you just say that? Like, what it took to make that, and plus, like, you paid for something to die. It's going to be really out of place to be proud of eating meat soon. So I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward for that. So other than that, when we're talking about stocks, I always like to play, like, I always like to have like long-term things, something that pays like a dividend. You know what I mean? Like, I like this whole renewable energy, like wave, like tidal force and geothermal energy. I like that because it's, it's better than the coal and the lithium batteries, guys. I mean, they're making a lot of mess with for lithium batteries. You know what I mean? So solar power. I just, I would have like an old setup, just like some boat batteries and some deep cycle batteries, and get the solar panels. Solar panels are really cheap these days, and you can actually capture so much energy from the sun that you can sell your energy back to the grid. So that's another way to offset your expenses. You know what I mean? So if you produce music, find a way to make money off of it. If you do anything, find a way to make money off of it. But it's also like, the stocks, right? Like, if you're gonna go buy clothes and you say support this one company, why not put money into that company so that you can share in the profits, and hopefully that your money helps them to continue making the good clothes that you like. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think of it. Until we can kind of like completely leave this monetary system behind forever, then we got to play the game. But when a good person has money, they can do good things with it. So always keep that in mind. So yeah, updates. My daughter, she's still vegan. She's growing strong, and she's very healthy. I've been dealing with personal issues, and just really trying to figure out where to go in this life, and kind of like how to get there. And I feel like sometimes there's so many avenues open to me that I feel like a dog that, you know, I once saw this dog chase after this little bunny, and then in a defense mechanism, there was another bunny hiding in the grass, and it ran one way and the other bunny ran the other way. And by the surprise of seeing another bunny, the dog, it lost traction and didn't know which one to go for, and it ended up not getting any of them. So, you know, if you aim for 5 targets, you're never going to hit any of them. If you aim for 1 target, you'll hit one. And I guess for me, it's just, it's tough. It's been tough to stay motivated in one area, you know what I mean? Where you really hope the payout is going to be a lot quicker, and, you know, you're going to get to where you want to go a lot quicker. But it's harder than that, you know what I mean? And sometimes when you do have a lot of opportunities, a lot of people, they work and they know what they're getting. They got their pension all lined up for them, and they got their boathouse and their yachts and whatever. But it's not like that for everybody, right? Not everybody can actually even leave their own province. You know what I'm saying? Like, due to the money, but they can, if they're willing to. You know, you can hitchhike, you could do all this, or you could just put your focus and time and energy into one thing that, you know, you really like, or that you're getting really good at, and that way, you know, you'll be able to really excel at it and be successful. So what I'm trying to accomplish is basically success in my life, peace, abundance, balance, and I'm hoping to share as much knowledge with you guys as I can. I mean, it's been a while. I've learned a lot, and I have a lot to share, and I'm just so glad that you guys have stuck with me through it. And if you guys continue to stick with me, I promise you're going to see a lot more growth and a lot more excitement. I want to take this channel to the next level, and I want to take my other lo-fi music channel to the next level. So definitely, if you produce the music, the lo-fi music, send it to me. Send me the title, the art that you want along with it, your website, all that, and we'll get that popping. masterpiece9@gmail.com. Now, hey, I've been getting a lot of messages saying that, you know, I've been missed, and I know it's been so crazy. These past couple months have been just really, really hectic for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even really want to like get into it too deep, but like I've been dealing with a lot of issues, y'all. Like, I recently I have experienced some things that has caused me to look further into myself, into what kind of person I am and what kind of partner that I am. You know, what kind of partner do I want to be? And you know, a lot of times we as people, you know, with this whole social media movement, we have really gotten into this habit of like only showing our best side, you know, like only representing the best side of us. And that is very noble, you know, to want to be able to show your best, but it also, it may not be the most accurate. You know, if you're to go onto somebody's YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you're gonna see all of their best pictures and memories. And if they took 5 pictures, you're gonna see the best picture of that 5 be uploaded. I remember growing up with the instant cameras where you would just kind of like, you know, you spin the flash, and then, you know, you hold the light, you hold the flash, and then you see it light up, you see it glow, and then click, and you don't know what you got, but you hope you got something good, and then you roll it up, wind it up again to the next spot, next frame, hold the button, click. And sometimes you would develop the photos and your friggin' finger would be taking up the whole photo. And or like, you know, the photo and the people would be like this. Or it would just be a huge blur. Or it would be so dark you only see like the eyes and the teeth. That I miss that. You know, I miss that real shit. You know what I mean? That real that like this happened. This is how it happened. It wasn't posed for. It wasn't taken again. It's just what it is. And so I noticed that a lot about like social media. People want to put their best forward, but I want to kind of like start a movement to like, you know, you don't have to show your best. You can report about stuff that happens in your life that hurts or that's bad or that you did wrong, and or just acting a fool, or just, you know what I mean, not being so taking yourself so serious, because you know, it's a life, you know, it's our life, it's your life, and you gotta express it and live it, and you don't always have to just show the best. And it just kind of got like so fake, you know what I mean? So I just kind of just been, I kind of took a step back, um, and kind of used social media more as like an inspirational tool. One World, One Hood, peace. He follows me on Instagram. Most of y'all, a lot of y'all do. But you know that if you see my live stories and stuff that I like to post lately, it's been like a lot of like reflection, like, yo, like, you know, if you do this, watch out, or watch out for people like this, and you can do anything you want to do, that kind of stuff, because it's really needed right now, I believe, for me anyway. So if it's needed for me, I assume it's needed for others. Remember, you're never alone. Anything you're ever feeling, at least 1,000 other people are feeling that within your own, you know, locality, you know, within your own province, your own state. So imagine how people feel worldwide, right? So I just I've taken a step back to really like look inside, and lately I've been realizing a lot about myself that I don't particularly like. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that I've done, and there's like impulses that I have that I don't particularly like. And I'm saying that to you guys in like all honesty, and I'm being open, you know what I'm saying? And I'm being kind of vulnerable, because I think that we, especially as men, aren't vulnerable enough. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to our ladies, you know what I mean? And women that we actually care about. And like acting like we don't care. Like acting that we like acting like we don't care if they leave, acting like we don't care if they're mad or if they haven't had a good day. You know what I mean? And that's why I said, you know, like about the person I am and about the partner I want to be, you know, looking back on it, because, you know, family is very important, and relationships are very important. Relationships with your mom, relationships with your friends, relationships with, you know, your queen. And I can tell you, man, from personal experience, and like from these past few months of just like hell, like, you know what I mean, torture, um everything kind of coming to a head, I have to say that like I feel that most of the time, a man, like men, we really screw up a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's not our forte. You know, the relationship thing. Um, as I'm kind of like looking deeper and deeper and deeper, I'm listening to how guys talk at work, like fully married men, and how they check out girls, and how they act like they don't care. Like one of my friends, he's losing his whole family. Like they're speaking to lawyers and stuff like that, and he's just going out there and getting drunk and high and like actually like going down. You know what I mean? Like instead of being vulnerable and open and saying, now you guys don't know the background, but saying like, look, I know what it is that you don't like, and I want to stop, you know, but I can't. I need help, and I need you there. I need your help. I need you to love me. You know, I need your support right now. And I know I act like a dick a lot of the times, but you know, I do love you. I don't want to lose you. These things, like, why don't you say that to her? And he's just like, oh, you know, whatever. But I think that a lot of the times when I see a homeless man on the street, I think to myself, like, did you lose your family? Because I don't know anything else that could hurt more. You know what I mean? Like I grew up with like a mom and a dad. And a lot of people that don't grow up with a mom and a dad, they don't want to they don't want that cycle of single families to continue, right? They want to find a lover, a companion, someone to trust and depend on and to know like the back of their hand and to be able to confide in and trust. And men, if you find a a woman that looks at you like that, she's like you're her everything, then you have to be very careful. Like you can't just take that lightly. You have to, first of all, you have to acknowledge the fact that they hold you in this light like a god. And if you're messaging girls, if you're meeting girls at the club behind her back, and she's to find that, like almost we've all done that. Like I mean, we all do it. And I just and then you could go through your girl's phone and then there's nothing there, or you can go through and then there's something there, you know. But who hurt who first? And is it a cycle of pain? You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of the times a man will take that woman for granted and cause pain. And we don't often enough realize the pain that we've caused. And so either we do it again or we don't do it again, but we haven't fully repented, reconciled, we haven't fully made up for it. And so I just want to say, man, like if you have a relationship out there and you care a lot about it and you don't want to lose it, fight for it and give it space and give it time, but fight for it. You know, that fight alone, just showing that you're fighting, may often enough times be enough. But don't throw away someone special because the grass looks greener on the other side. Yeah, they may look better and you may have more pleasant conversations with them, but realize that the bond you guys share, if any, is a lot more special. You know, the mornings you wake up together, that's a lot more special than this girl that just looks better. What if she doesn't clean her room? What if she doesn't take care of her bathroom? What if, you know, she's a cheater? What if, you know what I mean? You just don't know. So that's just some advice right there for mainly for men out there, just because I'm a man. And for women out there, you know, maybe, you know, set your bar and rules a little higher and like, yo, like a two, like maybe like a 2-strike rule instead of a 3-strike rule, because men, we have to learn quicker. You know what I mean? Like we can't have all of these second chances. And I feel like when we keep on getting these second chances, then we feel like we're able to keep on doing it. And that's wrong. Like I used to believe I wanted no, not no, scratch that. I was gonna say I used to want to be, polygamous, you know what I mean? Like many wives. But I thought about that, and as I look more and more into myself, I said, well, I already have someone that I share everything with. Like, why would I vent to her about this and then to her? Or why would I vent to one and not the other? Do I love this one? Do I vent to all of them? Like, do we call a family meeting and I just vent to all my wives? Like what is that self-gratifying thing that I wanted? What is that player that kind of, can't get enough that I wanted? You know what I mean? You see people like Polite, who apparently is putting on a show that he has all these wives, Brother Polite, and he really doesn't. Like that's what I'm learning. Like maybe he has like a one or two ting, but he doesn't have like these like 4 or 5 tings that he's been like, advertising. And I'm wondering, I'm like, is that an attack on the black family? Because yeah, like I used to think if you're a society, if you're a civilization, a culture of people that are being attacked and discriminated against and made the butt of every joke in society, and just the poorest everywhere you go, I would say, yeah, you'd want many wives to be able to build up that nation and take over. But I mean, have like outpopulating, and we're still not where we need to be. And so I'm looking at it like, once again, that target thing, right? The multiple targets. Like, if you have many wives, it's like, where are you going? You know what I mean? Like, if like, why can't you be focused? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a distraction to have these people out here on these black consciousness channels, and putting on a front like they got more wives, putting on a front like it's all good, putting on a front like they don't got kids that they're dying to see. Like, we got people teaching us in the hood about like what they think happened us in the past, and why things are the way they are today. And they cry at night because they're not seeing their daughter grow. They're crying because they're not playing with their son. It's like, speak about that. Like, speak about how you fucked up, and speak up and really guide us on how not to do it again. Show us your pain. And I think that type of realness is what needs to come out. Not like, oh, we're gonna go buy a house for just the taxes, and this is one of my wives, and we got many wives, and oh, you need this crystal to go here and to do that. Nah, bro. Like, show me where you went wrong so that I don't make those same mistakes. Because I see the followers of the masses of the masses of these leaders, and they're like spinning images. You learn more, but all your peers under you are going through the same shit that you're going through, and some even more advanced and can school you on some shit. But because we're not open and we're not real, and we can't drop the ego about like what's really going on and what we really regret, we're not growing at all. So I mean, I guess that's just why I wanted to say that, because like, as men, I feel like we mess up a lot when it comes to relationships, and we just think it's all good. And the woman, she feels, man, she feels deep. Like, I've never been cheated on, but well, not that I know of, but more recently, I had an experience that had allowed me to really understand this person, and really they related it in a way I could understand. Like being cheated, thinking something is one way when really behind your back it's another way. And woman, they feel so deeply. And if every man knew what a woman felt like to be cheated on, with the embarrassment that comes with that, man, we could not do that. We could never do it to someone. There's no way you could do that to somebody. Like, I'm even getting choked up right now because to like to hurt somebody like that you love is something that, you know, it's not an easy thing to swallow. It's not an easy pill to swallow, you know, if you really love and care about a person. And I think that we need to really start looking at our actions as the determiner of whether or not we love this person. You know what I mean? Like, if you can really do that, maybe you really don't love that person. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you're not gonna find out until they're gone. But that is a lesson that I wish we could all know before that we experience it, because nobody, unless there's like beating and violence involved, and constant down talk, and it's not good for the child, then every child deserves their mom and their dad. And things happen, people die, and sometimes people just can't get along. But if you know that you can keep your thing in your pants, and if you know that you can pay more attention, or if as a lady you know that you could cater a little bit better or whatever, yo, do it. Because there's you're gonna find out, if they leave, you're gonna find out the hard way that there's nobody in the world that you would have rather argued with or disagreed with or get frustrated with than that person. Yeah, the great times are great times. You can have great times on dates, but having a great time with the person with whom that is very special to you, we got to keep that. And that's family. That's what love is, right? Anyway, so that's just my little relationship advice right there for everybody. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave any of this. But so for future updates for me, what I want to, oh, well, let me get to the chat and say salute to everybody. You know, Self Care Boss, New Feet Kenny, Miss Misael, Robert Humphrey, One World, One Hood, MJ Givens, Mind's Eye, Adam Jerringer, Anthem X. You know, I missed you guys, man. Yosef L. Bay, man. I miss you all. And you know what? PR Corey, who shares the same name as me. Corey, what's going on? And you know, that's something else, man. You know, like people know me by name here, but I realize that, you know, people have a lot of alias and stuff like that, you know. So, you know, my name's Corey, you know, all you guys know that. But for all the newcomers, you know, that openness, that vulnerability, that honesty is what I'm trying to bring to the table right now. So and I hope that can spread. I really hope that some of you right now said, what's going on, Anthem Max? I hope one of you guys, anybody, can say, you know what Masterpiece just said about, you know, being real and open and honest and vulnerable, especially to the person you care about. Yo, I'm gonna say how I really feel tonight. I hope that you guys can do that. I hope if you guys have like a stone that is left unturned, an argument that's still kind of lingering, something that's on your mind, I hope that you can sit and chill out and really talk about it, you know, and express yourself and keep that communication open so that things don't get built up. You know what I mean? And then so you have like a screaming match. You know, if you haven't talked to your brother in 2 years because of some shit he did, well, maybe it's time to let that go. Maybe he can't sleep at night thinking about what he did to his brother. You know, maybe he misses you so much. Maybe he's just waiting for you to call, you know? So, like, never let, just don't let the way that, you know, don't let anger or ego get in the way of like dealing with shit. You know what I mean? Like, don't let it get in the way of saying sorry. Don't let it get in the way of talking to your family. Like, if you have a dad and you haven't spoken, speak to your dad, you know? All right, sorry, sorry guys. Yo, so in other news, I'm just gonna switch the topic real quick to anything that I can see right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been doing these friggin' cards up, and calligraphy. I've been doing calligraphy. Let's see if you can see it. See that? I've been doing calligraphy just to kind of, this is for my sister's bachelorette party, and she needs these invites, and I did the invites, and these are the bags and stuff like that. I got a cute little heart down at the bottom. Oh, I didn't add the heart on this one. Got to add the heart on this one. Yeah, that got a little real for a second, guys, because that was some real shit. You know what I mean? Like, how could I couldn't hold that back from you guys. Yeah. So I'm getting into calligraphy. I'm that's the thing about me, is that I'm so like multi-talented that I just I just want to open up like an art house. You know what I'm saying? What I would really love to do, and let me know if you guys are interested in this, like seriously interested. Don't like no because I really 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 need to know. I would love to just go to another country and purchase some property, purchase a house or something like that, and I would love to open it up. Obviously you'd have to pay like an Airbnb, help me out, help you guys out. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to open up this spot to like just allow people to, like, most Airbnbs are like, uh it's like, stay at my house. This is my house. It's set up for a guest. Welcome, enjoy my stuff, and you leave. But what I would like it more to be is like a place where you come and all the food that you have is vegan, is vegetarian. It's like, if it's hard for you to do at home, come here to this retreat, to this place, to this Airbnb, and there'll be sage and myrrh and frankincense going, and there'll be animals running around or something like that, that if they can come and go if they please. If a goat walks onto my lawn and is gone the next day, that's cool. Mango trees, and we can pick coconuts together, and I can show you guys around the town, and we can have little seances of like, smudging and cleansing and stuff like that. Not just like your typical Airbnb, you know what I'm saying? Huh. I really want to do that. Like, I really, really want to open up my talents of cooking and of painting, and share it. So let me know if that's something that you guys would be like, you guys would like. Like, say I had a place in Ecuador, right? And say you go onto Hopper, like, I hope you guys got this. I hope you guys got this website, this app called Hopper. Okay. That gives you like really cheap, like the cheapest flights, like one way or a round trip, right? And then you just do like, you search me up on the Airbnb, or maybe I'll have like a website or something by then, and you guys come stay with Masterpiece, come stay with Corey, and I will be cooking up vegan food. I can even, I'll be doing it right there with you guys, so you guys will be like, oh, okay, that's how you do it, and you take it home. You know what I mean? Have real discussions, and like, it's not like you'd even have to look at me or talk to me, but you can just, you know what I mean? Like, you guys can do whatever you want. Like, I really wanted that. So let me know in the chat, like, what does that sound like to you, man? Like, does that sound like something that you guys could do? Like, not like full out retreat where it's like bamboo everywhere and like, yogis around, and you have a person greeting you, welcome to the Masterpiece retreat. Nothing like that. Just come stay and kick it. I don't know. That's something that thanks, Quentin. He says it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. That's what I want to do. So I'm gonna have to keep you guys updated on that. So I'm hoping what I could do is get into a country and teach English, right, to the kids, maybe private tutoring or something, a couple hours a day. Then I could teach art or something like that. Get back to the place where the people are staying from the Airbnb, run a little seance, a little cooking session, do a little meditation session, whatever. Go out to the ocean, whatever, and just do the do. That's I guess where I'm trying to go in this life. So, um, yo, I wanted to make a big shout out to Brandon James. He says, "Real talk, bro." I guess it was because I just opened up, and I just don't even know. But there's just Adam Jerringer says there's just no time for anger, and he's so true. As much as I want to be, sometimes I just let it go, and I have to work on that. You know what I mean? I have to work on that, not with other people. It's in myself. It's the self disappointment. That self like why didn't I? You know what I mean? I'm hard on myself. So Brandon James, I really appreciate that, brother. Like, thank you so much for that donation. And of course, it always goes to good shit. Like, I mean, what would be so nice is to be able to bring you guys along with me, have like the live chats, have these travel blogs, get paid travel blog. My here, guys, here's my email. Get paid for the travel blog, and just enjoy life and just spread a good message to people. Spread positivity and my wealth. Like, oh man, wouldn't it be so dope if I took this live to like a slum, and like, how they have like those World Vision? It's like, donate today. It's like $5 a day can really change my life. I mean, this child's life. For only 5 cents a day, you can help me afford my yacht. You can help not me, but these children afford a better what? Life, life, a better life. Donate today. It's so bullshit. And like when I go into a house and I see like World Vision sponsor, I'm like, who's that? Oh yeah, I sponsor a child. I'm like, oh man, no. But what I would love to do is I would love to bring this like live streaming capability into the slums. So I would maybe have my laptop, have like an internet stick that can pull like internet or whatever, and go live, and then just have these let's see, have these donations, have these donations going straight to these people. Like, wouldn't that be dope? Like, okay, like come up like to a kid, right? A kid. And then it's like, hey, like this kid, he lives here, like break it down for them, tell them what's going on. And then they tell you like, it's hard, it's hard, times are hard. And then boom, we get the donations. It was like, okay, well, these right here, these are your donations, man. It's like, and then it's like, what? I can't believe it. I'm like, yeah. So we'll write that down. That's $55 in donations that you just made, and right after the stream, you're gonna get that. And then the next little girl comes, tell them their problem. Like, hey, it's really hard. Times are going really hard right now. And then I'm like, well, we're here doing this live chat, and the people here, they wanna tell you these messages. That One World, One Hood says, never give up, and you can do anything you want to do. And Huey P. Newson says, always believe in yourself, and you'll make it out the struggle. And oh, you just made $85 in this. Congratulations, that's amazing. Thank you guys so much. And then the next guy comes, you know what I mean? Yo, that would be dope, man. That would be so dope. And that is the type of shit that these big channels, like, this is why I should have like 30,000 followers, so that I can have the funds, the confidence, and the reach, the scale which is the most important, to be able to change these kids' lives. As you guys know, I want to open orphanages worldwide. Like, I just want to have like a chain of orphanages, you know, and then I want them to dwindle away. You know what I mean? I don't want orphanages to continue, but damn, it's better than being in the street. Like, I know how it is to like not have a bed and to like not know where to sleep. You know, you just kind of stay up all night for the first night or two, you know, but then after that, it kind of gets rough, and it gets rougher and rougher and rougher. So we got to get these kids off the street. You know what I mean? It can start at a park bench. It could start, you know, behind a store, but pretty soon you never know where these kids are going to end up. So that's what I wanted to do, you know, this orphanage thing. So what I'm thinking is, yo, these live donations things, man, like, you guys gotta, I gotta do what I gotta do what I can to help spread this channel and get it bigger, because straight up, man, like, when I get that confidence, I'm gonna change the world. When I get that YouTube confidence up, and you know, once I got this thing going on, man, this donation for kids thing, that's a serious idea. And I could even pay them out of pocket, you know, right there on the spot. You know, I see the money coming in. I could even just be like, okay, like, there you go. Like, there you go. And you know, that might be dangerous, you know, rolling around with that much cash in the slums. But like, you could always meet up with them later and be like, okay, like, we're gonna meet later, and when we meet up later at this place, I'm gonna give you this money. You know what I'm saying? So that's one way we can directly help kids. And with a channel like Son Netter, who's never even taken his goddamn camera to the mother to Africa, man. Like, how are, like, you could do so much, bro. Like, you could do so much, man. And like, the fact that you aren't is just not. It doesn't sit well with me, man. Like, it does not sit well, but whatever. You can't control what other people do. All you can control is what you do. And what I want to do is, somehow I got to get these monetary funds up. You know, I'm doing surveys online. I'm working at a job that's paying me more money than I've had before. So I got to save. I'm saving that up. I gotta, you know, I gotta get back on the painting tip. I need more commissions. I need you guys to request paintings. I need you guys to tell me people you know who want paintings, so I can paint it for them, so that I can really just start changing this world, man. Because money is power, and I realize what people do with money, man. A lot of times people got money and they don't use it wisely, and like, a lot of money, and then everybody else, like you and me, we have all these ideas what we do with it, but we just don't got it. And that is like just the most ironic, like, paradox. It's like the broke person knows exactly what they would spend it on, because they've been through it, and they, night after night, they dream about having it. Oh, what I would do, I'd put it in a high interest savings account right off the bat, and then wait like a month to decide, and then, you know, take out half of that and put it in like a dividend yielding stock, and then I take the other half of that and put it in some land equity and let that rise, and then I would build on that and increase the equity for that property, and then the dividends are they keep on coming in, the thousands, monthly dividends coming in. You know, you're thinking about that, but you got no money to do it. And then the rich person, they have all this money, but they have no clue what to do with it. They just keep it in the bank. They spend it on this. They spend it on that shit they don't need. They buy, like, you know, peanut butter isn't just peanut butter to them. Almond butter is not just almond butter. It's like, you know, specialty almond butter that you can only find like in 15 countries. It's for the super elite, don't you know? You know what I mean? They don't know what to do with this money to make the world a better place. Some guy just donated $40 million to a hospital. $40 million to a hospital. Now, now it is a Canadian hospital, so we're not turning anybody away. Like, you don't have to show anything to get looked at if you have an emergency here in Canada. They'll find out after you're not from here, but they're not going to turn you away with a finger cut off or like a wound through you. Okay? All that shit is secondary. First is your health. Okay? So, I get that. Good place to donate $4 million, you know, Canada, a Canadian hospital. But man, with $40 million, I could have invested that somewhere to make it $80 million. And then, you know, open up these orphanages or schools, and then every single one of them doesn't have any TVs or microwaves, and it's just pure plant-based diets and animals that are roaming around that are like sanctuary animals, you know, like saved from the slaughterhouse, and the kids get to play and interact, and now they're forever vegan and compassionate, and within like a generation, this whole world changes. Man, I would love to open up a panel right now, Adam. I would love to, but it's 10 right now, and I gotta be up at 4:20. Okay, I don't have to be up. I could be up at 4:30, but as I was setting my alarm, I was like 4:20. You know what I'm saying? I blaze in the morning anyway, so I would love to open up a panel, but it's okay, Adam Geringer and others, because as I said, I'm back, and that means the vegan debates are coming back. That means the talks about spirituality and where we're going from here as, you know, a collective consciousness. We're coming back. I want to say salute to like Norway, you know, Denmark, and, you know, Switzerland, Sweden, you know, Ireland, Scotland, England, Poland, Iceland, Germany. I want to give a little shout out to those countries, because, you know, I get a lot of views from over there, so big up, salute. B, I feel like, you know, it was I feel like coming from where I come from, the kind of school of thought, you know, the rhetoric on YouTube, I feel like, you know, Europe Europe, what can anyone, Europeans don't even like Europe, like, you know, when they talk about it. Some of them love it, some of them don't. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna say what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is, when it comes to forward thinking, like veganism, proper laws for like animals, and like testing laws, and like just kind of like forward thinking in terms of green thinking, they do it out there. You know what I mean? Like, you look at like Switzerland or Sweden, I think it is Sweden's, or Norway. You look at like the amount of bike riders that they have. You know, a lot of them are bicycling, and a lot of us can too. A lot of us got a whip, so we could just whip up to the store and whip home, whip up to the mall and whip home. You know what I'm saying? And we're not as active. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to that area of the world, and especially because, you know, if you're a black person or if you're mixed, you don't really hear that a lot. And I really want to kind of, you know what I'm saying? I really want to, because here in Canada, you can walk, say you're in Toronto, Canada, right? And this is, I hope you guys like kind of want to, this kind of inspires you guys to kind of come here and visit. You can walk down a street in Toronto, or you can walk down a street in Halifax, Nova Scotia, on the East Coast, or you can walk down a street in Vancouver, BC, all the way on the West Coast, okay? Say you go to the city of Vancouver, Toronto, or Halifax, you walk down a street in that city, you can get, you know, your Chinese food, your Greek food, your Japanese food, Ethiopian food, Mexican food, Spanish, you know what I mean? There's a lot of diversity here. And as you're walking down the streets, you see Indian, you know, Nepalese, Uruguay, like everybody's here, and it's a really good um, it's it's a really good feeling because I just had a friend who came back from the States. He just went to Maine. He was in like New Brunswick, Canada, and went down into Maine and just died. He just could not stand the level of racism that he experienced in those couple days that he was there. He couldn't wait to get back. So I guess I'm just like opening up as an option if you're a professional, if you are very creative and you can move about and you want to stay in like the first world, you want to stay in like close to your family or something like that, but you want to move as well. You're looking for a move, maybe for a change. Then maybe Canada is your best bet. You know what I mean? A lot of people say it's too cold, but on the West Coast, there's many areas that it doesn't snow. And in Toronto, just know that Toronto is more south, or like Niagara Falls and Hamilton. All these towns and cities are more south than a lot of American cities. You know what I mean? Because it dips down to Ontario, Toronto, and then it dips back up. So Chicago is more north, and you know what I mean? Michigan or Massachusetts or whatever is more north. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. All right, yo. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I gotta close things down. I really wanted to update you guys. I really enjoyed updating you guys. I hope you guys are healthy. I hope you guys are eating better. I hope you guys are getting more vegetables into your diet. If you don't follow my Instagram for the food, that's Nutrition's Kitchen. That's Instagram, Nutrition's Kitchen. And that is just something that I usually use for food or updates for just like the latest findings in science and connecting to the brain and the heart, or how food connects us to this and that, and dolphins assisting birth or whatever. So on Instagram, you can check out me at Instagram at Classic Smith Art, and also at Nutrition's Kitchen. And that is going to be enough for you to see all the awesome stuff that I post about. Really great content that I got on my channels. Really great to share as well. So definitely, hit me up on that. I'm always responsive on Instagram, more so than even this, I find. So it's just very quick. So Newfie Kenny, yeah, cousin moved to Hamilton. Peace to Hamilton. Hamilton's like that steel city. It's got everything you need. Anything you want to find in Hamilton, from the most spiritual to the most grimy, you can find it in there. So I see that I had some beats sent to me. I got some little blips on my my phone here. So if you guys like lo-fi music, definitely, if you produce lo-fi music, definitely check me out. Lo-fi Addict. And once again, I'll share that page. When you go and you type in Lo-Fi Addict on YouTube, you're gonna see this Lo-Fi, this yellow symbol. For anybody that came late, you're gonna see this yellow symbol here, Lo-Fi Addict, and it's coupled with all these lo-fi hip hop radio, jazz hop, rooftop. It's all that stuff that you're used to, but it's from me. And what I do is I put all the music together into a playlist, and we could let it play. I like to put my name here, the name of the song, the SoundCloud. So give me all that information in the email, and that way we can get it popping. Let's get the views up. Let's get this lo-fi movement going, because it's just such a great music to listen to. I love it. I just absolutely love lo-fi music. So send me that in my email, masterpiece9@gmail.com. Once again, that's masterpiece9, and I'm putting that in the chat at gmail.com. Or if you have any questions about dietary or like spirituality, just to kind of talk to me, whatever. It's all good. So this has been a great update. I'm so happy that I did this. I'm so happy that I'm back, hitting up the gym, you know what I'm saying, getting my D's on just a little bit, you know what I mean, nothing much, nothing major, just trying to open up those valves and those passageways, you know, and get the blood flowing on a consistent basis, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, thanks for letting me open it up about my advice for relationships, and just be true to yourself, be true to your partner, be true to your kids, and never stop growing and doing what you want to do. Definitely let me know if I did open up some sort of Airbnb in a third world country on a beach or something like that, if you guys would come through and we could do live streams, and so you're not just a viewer, that you're actually a contributor to the content. If you like taking trips, you can come take a trip where I'm at, and we can actually just sit back and kick it and just show the world what we do. We start off the day eating some coconuts, end off the day by drinking some coconuts. I mean, it's anything we want to do. So let me know. Always reach out to me, and remember to hit me up on the Instagram. And if you guys have any questions, I'll get back to them in the next. I will answer them in the next show. All right. Yo, all right, guys. Newfie, Kenny, MJ Givens, everybody out there, Adam Jerringer, Huey P, Misael. Peace and love. Thanks for having my back. Someone says I should get Cash App and PayPal so I can get 100%. Okay, well, I'll look into that. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people know about this stuff, and I gotta get into that. You know what I mean? I gotta set myself up financially so that I can keep on exploring, traveling, and learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, providing for my family and coming back to you guys with some killer content. I don't want to be in my room talking to you guys. I want to bring you guys to beaches and show you guys things that I actually mean. Like, when we're talking about the flat plane, and when we're talking about plants growing in a certain structure, I wish to show you guys. So everybody's dream is different. That's mine, and I want you guys to share with me what your dreams are. All right? Peace, guys. Have a great night, and remember to subscribe to Lo-Fi Addict, ADDIKT. Peace.